Have you ever not felt good enough as an entrepreneur? Have you ever doubted yourself? Have you ever thought about quitting, giving up, or just simply wondering like, why is it so tough and why am I the only one, or why does it seem like I'm the only one who's really struggling and trying to figure this out? Maybe you're comparing yourself to others who seem to be getting what you want a lot quicker with a lot less effort. Then this video is for you, because I want to share a little bit of my own personal journey around this topic, which has been important for me, and I had to do a lot of work and a lot of investing and a lot of research of how to get me out of this. Because specifically as an entrepreneur, I think this is a very relevant topic where you are in the trenches, you're creating your own path and you're unaware of what's going to come next. And I want to share with you the 3 things that I've implemented that have really helped me to not feel the feeling of am I not good enough, and to eliminate the self-doubt, which is really a roadblock in terms of your progress. So stick with me in this video where I will share you my insights that I'm sure can help you as well as an entrepreneur if you might be feeling this way or if you ever have felt this way. Now, what I came to realize is that as an entrepreneur, right, and why it's so difficult as an entrepreneur, as I said, you're in the trenches by yourself. You're figuring everything out yourself. You're running everything in your business. You don't have your colleagues to compare. There's insecurity of where your next paycheck will come from, right? So this is why why a lot of entrepreneurs have mental issues, who face burnouts, right? Because there's a lot of insecurity there as opposed to working on the payroll. You're paving your own path, which is an amazing journey. I feel like if you're into self-development, this is one of the most amazing journeys you can do, is to become an entrepreneur, because there's so much growth in there. But in that journey, what a lot of people, including myself, probably still, but a lot less, do is to compare themselves, right? To either compare themselves to others in the market or to compare themselves to their goals, right? So specifically with social media, as you are aware, right, you're most likely checking out your competitors, how they are doing their messaging, what revenue they are generating, and you're comparing yourself to your competitors, but at the same time also like towards your goalpost, as in you set yourself ambitious targets, and I'm definitely a fan of setting targets, and at the same time they can be a pitfall as well, because you would set your targets, either you reach them or you wouldn't reach them, right? So let's say you set your target of 50K per month, right? Now in this case, if you're setting your target, you're working towards it, 2 things can happen, right? So you don't reach your target and you are unhappy because you didn't get what you were working towards, or you do reach your target and then you probably are happy, right? So you, in one case, you are here, you don't reach your target, right? You are unhappy because you didn't reach your target. You're here, even a little tear happening, I see. Or you do reach your target, right? You get to your goal post, you are happy. But what happens? Like, when is the last time you set a goal for yourself? Like, ask yourself this. When is the last time you set a goal for yourself, you reached it? How long did you actually stay happy, right? How long did you have that adrenaline, that feeling of, yes, I did it, right? Like, when was the last time you reached it and you're actually happy for a very long period of time? Well, most likely you're not, right? And just for myself, like not too many people know this, but I became financially independent when I was like 30, I think it was 31, because of some good investments that I've done. And this was like a lifelong dream of mine, something I worked my ass off for 10 years. And I still remember the moment, like it was an incredible moment, an incredible feeling, but it didn't last for very long. Maybe it lasted for a bit, like a couple weeks, but then I got bored. It was like, okay, I want to do something else, right? This is when I started my business. Like, okay, I want to do something, and it just became the new normal. So it is a massive pitfall for entrepreneurs to be comparing yourself to your goals, because it will, like, your happiness will never last very long. It's great if we achieve them, it's great if we have them, but it should not determine your happiness, because what it creates is it creates the gap, right? There's always a gap here, because you can close the gap, but you'll never close the gap, right? So you can move towards your goal here, but as soon as you hit your goal, what will happen, right? You will set a new goal. So your goalpost is in that sense ever moving. So there will always be this gap. The gap will always be there no matter how quickly you move. So this is one of the biggest reasons to actually burn out, because it's never enough, specifically as an entrepreneur. Comparing yourself to others, well, I don't think I need to tell you this, but like, you are 100% you. Like, you are, there's no other person in the world such as you. You are, right? And is one. There's no other human being on the planet that is you. So comparing yourself to others is mathematically wrong, because you're comparing something that is different, right? People who are on a different path, who have different objectives, who have different background, different visions. Like, it's a wrong equation. It's a wrong comparison to compare yourself to others, because again, N is one in this case, right? There's only one of you. No matter like if someone has a similar business, a similar job title, it will always be different. And I can definitely tell you what you're seeing, obviously on social media, is never the full truth. We will see the good parts, but we don't see whatever's going on in the background. Again, a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with mental issues, and that's the stuff that you don't see what's actually happening here, right? Not too long ago, I forgot his name, but famous big entrepreneur making a ton of money, committed suicide. Like, that's the stuff we don't see in the background. So also, this is not a winning strategy. Again, we all do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm still guilty of it till in a certain extent as well. But like, this is not a winning strategy, and this will always keep you in the gap and will burn you out permanently. Right? Full stop. So, what then is a winning strategy? Well, if N is 1, if this is you, right? If you are 100% you and there's no one else than you, like, doesn't it make more sense to actually compare yourself to your past version of yourself, right? To compare yourself to the person that you were a month ago, a week ago, a year ago, right? That's the only mathematical, logical conclusion that you can do, to compare yourself to the past version of yourself. Because this is the only way how you can track the progress. So if you are here now, right, where were you a month ago? Or maybe even further down, where were you a year ago? Because this is the only way you can track your progress, of how you are progressing as an entrepreneur. And I'll give you my 3 wins, or my 3 insights, my 3 systems that have been working for me to actually get out of this gap and to start really comparing myself to myself. And the first one, it's to actually take notes on a daily basis of my wins, right? So I got my journal here. Every day I write down 3 wins of that day, right? Recorded 2 videos today, re-recorded my VSL, hired an appointment setter, signed up a new client, created my client roadmap, or whatever that might be. So I can see factually, when I look back in my journal, I can see the progress that I made, where I was 3 months, 6 months ago. And I can tell you, it's 9 out of 10 times something you forget, because you're just focusing on your goals. You forget how much progress you've actually made. And this is the only way to really see the growth that you're going through, because as an entrepreneur, you go through so much growth. So I note down the 3 wins, and little side hack, I also note down the 3 actions for tomorrow. This separates my brain activity from planning and execution. So I plan the day before what I want to do the next day, so that the next day I'm very, very clear on what I need to do. I just sit down in my deep work focus area and then just actually execute and do what needs to be done. Second thing that I did was eliminate Eliminate Instagram noise, right? So I muted all of my competitors. I muted basically everyone on Instagram. So my feed is empty. My suggested suggested content is empty. So I get out of social media, so I no longer compare. What I used to do, I used to check out my competitors endlessly, check their funnels, their emails, and I would get really insecure in a way. I was like, oh, I need to do this as well, I need to do that as well. But now I just eliminate those distractions because I'm focused on me and on my own progress. Social media is the biggest killer there. So just by manually, like I literally went into my phone, manually muted everyone so that my feed is just cleared out and I don't have the distractions, because I really don't care what my competitors are doing. I'm building my own business and focusing on myself. So taking notes, eliminating the Instagram noise. And the last thing that I did was to double down on client results. Optimizing everything for my client results, because nothing speaks louder than showcasing your client results, your client successes. So created a idiot-proof roadmap, optimized everything in terms of support back end for our clients so that they get the best results possible and they get all the support that they need and not holding back on anything. Because when you have your client proof, your social proof, if you have a ton of them, if you stack them, that will speak louder than anything else, and this will absolutely reduce self-doubt, because you no longer have to convince yourself. You have your client results, your testimonials, your client interviews to showcase for, and that has been a big changer as well, to just really double down and really give your clients everything that they need in order to get success. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful and will help you to stay mentally focused as an entrepreneur, because you're on the right track, and whatever goal you set for yourself, I'm convinced you will make it as long as you focus on yourself, on your own progress. If you eliminate the noise, the comparison, and if you really just focus on building a fundamentally strong business that delivers client results, guys, you're on the right track. So I hope that this was helpful. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you in the next one.